So, this is my review of Star Wars The Force Awakens. I went to go see the movie. Was it day of release or the day after? That Saturday, I went to go see it. Which shows this was this past Saturday, I went to go see it. And I've been mulling over on how exactly I want to do this review. Because me being a Star Wars fan and having read a lot of the EU, my opinion may be skewed. But, in my honest opinion, Star Wars: The Force of Unleashed. The Force Awakens is the biggest pile of shit I have ever seen. Literally horrible fucking movie. This movie was so bad. I didn't think movies could get this fucking bad, but that was a bad movie. Like, I'm not one of those guys that will bash a movie for nothing. I have multiple reasons why I'm bashing this movie, and I'll get into that. But this movie is a stinking pile of shit. And if you paid for this movie as I did, you are going to feel so cheated. Me being a Star Wars fan and having read the EU and seen the prequels, which were good, and I'm tired of you assholes bashing the prequels. Like, stop bashing the fucking prequels. The prequels were great. You know what the prequels have over this next piece of shit that J.J. Abrams and Disney want to try to pass off as a Star Wars movie? You know what the prequels have over that? A fucking story. This movie has no fucking story. None. No story. No story. And the story that it does try to throw at you like, hey, this is the story. It ain't a fucking story. You know what it is? It's a bunch of shit Disney just said, you know what? We own Star Wars now. We're going to put this piece of shit movie out, and we're going to put out a movie every year forever. Why? Because we own the license, and we're going to make a lot of money off it. Disney, you have officially killed Star Wars for me. JJ, honestly, you did an excellent job on the Star Trek reboot. Great, JJ. Fucking A job. Fucking A job on the Star Trek reboot. This piece of shit you just directed, JJ, if I ever see you in the streets, I'm slapping the shit out of you. And I mean that in all seriousness. If I would ever see you in the streets, I would slap the shit out. Slap the taste out of your mouth. Slap the cowboy shit out of you. Yeah. For making that movie. Star Trek, great. And Star Wars was, if The Force Awakens was half the movie that the Star Trek reboot was, it'd been okay. This piece of shit that you're trying to pass off as Star Wars is not Star Wars. First of all, the creator of Star Wars himself, George Lucas, is stated as canon as Luke Skywalker being the most powerful Force user ever. So here's my question to you. If he's the most powerful Force user ever, and you know this and you have to go by canon, why the fuck is he in hiding? Who's he hiding from? And why? And why 30 years later is he still the last of the Jedi? 30 years of fighting the Empire after, chopping off both heads of Hydra. Excuse the pun. After 30 years later, after chopping both heads off of the Empire, they're still fighting a form of the Empire. In the EU, we had the Remnant. And the Remnant was a threat for a little while. Until they faded off and started just being the Remnant. And they actually came to a peaceful coexistence with the New Republic in the EU. I understood and dug that. Because it kind of made sense of how the story should have went. If they went through all this trouble and made all these sacrifices and people died to bring down this empire, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, that's where the story's supposed to go. JJ, sit down and read the EU if you want to see a good Star Wars. If you want to see some good Star Wars, because that piece of shit you just gave to the public, not worth it. Dude. dude, like, really? 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 Okay, that was just one of my issues with the movie. Um, Second issue with the movie. The piss poor acting from everyone except Poe Dameron, who's nothing but Wedge Antilles 2.0. Don't think I ain't peeped that, bruh. I peeped that. I peeped it. I peeped it, and a lot of other people peeped it. Yeah, yeah, he even kind of looks like Wedge Antilles. Like, he kind of reminds you of Wedge Antilles. The only difference between him and Wedge, he ain't got a real strong British accent, but he has an accent. Hmm. If he wasn't in Wedge Antilles, why would he be in that X-wing? Hmm? The fuck out of here! Like, are you serious? Are you serious? I'm 36 years old. Okay. The original Star Wars came out, what, 30 years ago, they say? 30 years? So I was 6 years old, and I was old enough.
1977.
77, okay, I didn't see that. But Empire Strikes Back, I saw in theaters. I remember that as a kid. Return of the Jedi, saw in theaters. Remember that as a kid. The prequels, saw in theaters. Remember that. I even went to go see that bullshit Clone Wars movie that y'all happened to make a cartoon series out of. Yeah, I paid money to go see that in the movies. And you know what? I enjoyed that way more than I enjoyed this so-called Force Awakens. Why is the Force Awakened after 30 years of him beating the fucking dark side back? Because, I thought that the purpose of the chosen one, Anakin Skywalker, which is canon, the purpose of Anakin Skywalker was to defeat the Sith and bring balance to the Force, which he did. So if the Force is imbalanced now, after the death of the Emperor, why the fuck does it need to awaken?
Bruh.
I'm officially boycotting anything Star Wars moving forward. Unless it's from like pre-Disney, yeah, I rock it. I'm gonna rock with it all day long. And as far as I'm concerned, the Star Wars universe as I know it is pre-Disney. Yeah, it's pre-Disney. Pre-Disney. You know what you guys have pretty much done? Like Star Wars Galaxies, the PC MMO that came out years ago, was bar none the best. That was the best Star Wars game. It was a true simulation of the Star Wars universe. Until the new game enhancements. I came in late. Like I bought when I got on Star Wars Galaxies, I bought Star Wars Galaxies because what it said it did on the box. That I could start out as a lowly smuggler, master all these different skills and and come to be all these different things until eventually, if I'm lucky enough, I unlock my Force sensitive slot. And guess what? I can become a Jedi and build a lightsaber. Then you assholes came out with the new game enhancements, which let's say, you know what? Scrap all that. You could be anything. You could be a Jedi from the rip. You ain't got to work for it. You ain't got to do, there. Jedi. Killed it.
Did.
Killed it. Y'all killed that game, thinking you were doing something right. Here's my thing. If you want to do something right, JJ, you really want to do Star Wars right, Disney, y'all really want to do Star Wars right. Look at the expanded universe of Star Wars, which you now call Legends. Those stories make sense. The movie you just put out makes no sense. It does not make sense. I could have done without Finn. Why the fuck did y'all put Finn in this movie? FN9, whatever. Why the fuck is the black guy in there?
Because Black Lives Matter.
What happened, honey?
Because Black Lives Matter.
And see, that's the wife. And see, she never read the EU. She never read the EU. She never read any of the books. She never read the comics or nothing like that. She only saw the original trilogy and the prequels. Okay? Honey, what did you think? It was just a bad movie. Just a bad movie. Like, you can do better. Surely you can. I'm in my Count Dooku voice. Surely you can do better than that. Really? That's the best you can come up with? The best. You scrap everything that's been known. I spent a lot of money on the EU personally. And I was hoping that one day I would see the Yu Jong Vong War played out on the big screen. Seeing the Solo kids and the Skywalker kid. How all this comes to play. And how it made the galaxy weirder to be in. Because after the Vong War, shit got weird in a galaxy far, far away. But the Vong War was a very pivotal part of that story's development. It needed the Vong War. Do the Vong War. Like, if there are people out here like me, on YouTubers, and y'all have read it, let's start an online petition for them to scrap the story now. Scrap it now. Stop before you make these next two and release these next two pieces of shit that y'all want to try and pass off as a fucking Star Wars movie. Stop. Stop it. God. Don't do it. Don't do it. Scrap it now. Go with the EU. JJ, you can direct it. Because honestly, you did a great job directing this one.
Except for turning Luke Skywalker into Frank Gallagher.
Yeah, like what the fuck was up with that? Like, really? Why? He almost like he was swaying. I swear I thought I saw a bottle of Hennessy in his hand when he was sitting there looking at Ray. Like, bitch, why are you giving me that lightsaber? And there's the lightsaber. Ooh, that lost it on Bespin 30 odd years ago. He didn't just lose it on Bespin. He didn't lose it on it, just like he dropped it and I can't find my lightsaber anymore. No, he got his hand cut the fuck off and it went down a near bottomless pit. How'd that little wrinkle bitch get that lightsaber? How? Explain that. Explain that to me. That's all. How? Really? And you see, I'm a Star Wars fan. Like, I got my tea on. I wish my bookshelf was up because it's Christmas time. I got my tree up. I'll show you all my books. My lightsabers. Like, I'm a fan. I love this shit. Love it. You're killing it. Why you want to appeal to a new generation? What the fuck for?
R.I.P. R.I.P.
Disney. If. And I can't sing, but I'm going to try. If. In my Patti LaBelle voice. If you don't want to kill this franchise. Scrap these piece of shit movies now. Like, stop production. If you got the second and third movies in production, stop that shit. Cut. We gonna scrap this. We're gonna scrap it. You know what? If Harrison Ford doesn't want to return to the character of Han Solo, fine. Instead of Chewbacca dying in the Vong War, spoiler alert, nigga. Instead of Chewbacca dying in the Vong War, kill off Han. Since he doesn't like the property so much, and Harrison Ford, that's some bullshit. That role made you fucking famous. Not Blade Runner, not Indiana Jones, not your little Tom Clancy movies you did. Being Han fucking Solo got you where you are. What you do before that? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. American Gigolo. Now, see, how many people remember that fucking movie that George Lucas directed?
You?
Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Only reason I remember it because I'm like a walking, talking piece of useless TV and movie trivia. That's all I did as a kid. Yeah. So, Harrison Ford, bro, I love you, but you got to reprise Han Solo. How could you read that script and say, you know what? This is a good script. I like this script. It's no. It was not good. Captain Phasma, the stormtrooper chick, the commanding officer. Why? Why is she there? Why? Why is she there? Why? Y'all must have put her in a movie just to piss me off. I could have done without her. I could have done without Finn. The movie could have literally done without Finn.
But why did Han Solo? Why was Han Solo so soft, like the dad from Seventh Heaven?
Like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, come home, Ben. There's mine. Ben. This is Han Solo's son, but he named him Ben. Don't get that. And you can make the argument, oh, well, you know, he's Leia's son too, and, you know, Obi-Wan could... Fuck that. Ben was closer to Luke than either of them motherfuckers. Or what? Y'all going to insinuate that they knew each other prior to Episode 4? That's why he named him after Obi-Wan? Because he had knew Ben prior? Prove it. Because in 30 years, nobody ever tried to make that connection. So yeah, Han Solo naming his son Ben. Stupid. Like Ben Kenobi. Y'all couldn't get a kid even if you didn't want to go with Jason from the expanding universe. I understand you didn't want to go in the way they say. I understand. Was it a good idea? Not really, but I understand. Ben though? Ben. Yeah, I'm giving y'all spoilers. Fuck that movie. Fuck that movie. And I'm putting this up on my Facebook. I'm putting this on YouTube. I want the world to see my disgust with this movie. Because everybody that knows me knows I love Star Wars. Why would you do that? Disney, come on. For real? And then you're going to shove a piece of shit down my throat every year for forever? Really? That's what you want to say? Forever, though.
Forever's a long time.
I can't do it. I can't bring myself to spend any more money on this bullshit y'all want to call a movie franchise.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Like, no, I can't do it. So, like, post, share. You want to see them go with the and if you don't know what I'm talking about, like, honestly, you don't know what the EU is. That's called the Star Wars Expanded Universe. That's pre-Disney buy. Go back and read those stories. I would suggest if you are a Star Wars fan and you wanted to see the continuation of a logical place of where it should have gone, start with Champions of the Force. That book was written by Timothy Zahn. It was a 3 books story arc. Start there, work your way up. And then, like, share, repost, do what you want to do. Then after you read that, you can skip a little bit. You can skip further along. Then if you read Champions of the Force, that series, skip to the new Yuuzhan Vong War. It's called the New Jedi Order series of books. It's I think it's published by Del Rey Books. Read those. The first book in the series is called Vector Prime. It's written by Ari Salvatore. Pick that up. Start from there. Alright? Like, share, comment. I'm out.